was so 2K19.
We have gone forward in time, and in the backwards time, we can see the things that had been and what could be.
I like when people say, like, oh, imagine if time travel were possible. It's happening right now.
We're doing it.
We're traveling through time.
Also, your perception of time is merely limited by your three-dimensional, like, state of existence.
Is that a joke about the penis?
No, but it can be.
Nice!
Like...
Exactly.
Fourth-dimensional time travel is possible, but it's only because we can only perceive time in a linear fashion. Sorry, I'm going to rearrange that. We only perceive time in a linear fashion, but if we didn't perceive time in that way, it would still be like the same events, but like it wouldn't be, you know, just going forward in time. It's like that one YouTube video you showed me that one time. It's like, what if you lived life backwards?
Yes, the Dictionary of Infinite Sorrows. Also,
That's a fucked up title.
prolapsed colon.
Okay, thanks for that. So we're playing as Carlos again. I don't know where I'm gonna start the video now. So we're... Oh, fuck. Well then. So we're playing as Carlos now. And through the powers of being controlled by the player instead of being, you know, trapped in his own awareness of event... Oh, Jesus. Ooh, this is bad in a lot of ways. It's bad in a lot of ways. Could be better. Could be better. Whooshy!
Gently shove him and then...
Yeah. What the, like, oh, let's add this new mechanic. It never really, it's not like fucking Devil May Cry or Bayonetta where you can, like, do it. It's just like, it kind of accidentally happens and you're happy about it.
It ruins other plans.
It's not something that you can do consciously. So this is the file that I fucking missed because I'm an idiot that explains what you're supposed to do in the clock tower. I can't believe that Umbrella was like, yeah, let's have an extraction plan for our guys. Like, you'd think, based on everything that we've seen of Umbrella up until this point, they'd be like, fuck them.
Is there a UK division called Bumbershoot?
Bumbershoot. Rudy Tooty Point and Shooty. So the clock tower has been, like, totally demolished because the helicopter crashed the fuck into it. Because that's just what happens to helicopters in Resident Evil.
Don't last long.
The only helicopter that has ever fucking survived was flown by Brad. And we all know how that fucking turned out.
We all know that.
We all know the end of that story.
Jill, I'm holding this magnum.
It always occurs to me, like, when I'm replaying a game that I oft play, that I'm like... After a certain point, I'm not consciously thinking about, like, why do I know what I'm supposed to do next? I just know that I'm supposed to do it. Like, it's one of those, like, do it again for the first time things.
Yes.
That you'll never be able to do. Where it's like, you get to the clock tower, okay, what the fuck am I doing here? And how do I do it?
The cock sour? The hits
So,
just keep him...
Carlos is strong enough to push the bell. So, that means he did not know the bell was here. But now, he is pushing the clock. Now he is pushing the bell out of the way.
For generations, this belt has prevented the fall of nations and pants.
So Carlos just magically knows, oh, I can push that bell to get the fuck out of the clock tower. And furthermore, he knows that the solution to the problem is outside of the clock tower. So he's like, oh, Jill, don't worry, I'll take care of you. Immediately leaves. Have fun being stuck in this fucking chapel
Bye-bye.
in this burning clock tower that has a fucking helicopter wreck sticking out the top floor. Bitch.
Oh, Beery.
So luckily for Carlos, there is a hospital. A hopsicle.
A hopsicle.
Next to the clock tower.
Scenically located.
Urban design, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, the place you want to put your hopsicle is right next to a fucking clock tower.
Holloway
A
City,
tourist
USA.
destination. Yeah, whatever. Oh, it's a zombie. Oh, shit! That's not a zombie. That's a hound. Oh, fuck. Fucking fuck. Shit. Fuck. Ow. Piece of shit, cocksucker. Ooh, there was a second one.
Same sound effect.
So these are hunter betas. As you can see,
Beta incels?
they suck ass. So, like, I guess in universe we're supposed to surmise, oh, Jill's sick. I'll go to the I actually can't say it right. The hospital. I'll go to the hospital. Surely there'll be something there that can help her. Yes, Jill is currently infected with a zombie virus. Surely a hospital in the middle of a city that is undergoing a zombie apocalypse will have something that can help her.
Zombrix.
Surely, if there was anything that could have been done in this hopsicle to save someone infected by the zombie virus, it would have fucking been done by now.
Zombrix.
No, it's fine. Like, look, sure, this guy might be fucked up, who is in the hospital, but surely there is something here. So, September 10th. So he's literally writing about people becoming zombies. That's one of the things people don't remember, because they're idiots. Not because they're idiots, but because, like... Not because they're idiots about this, but, like, zombie media has fucked people up. The zombies in Resident Evil aren't dead. They're alive. They're just infected with a virus disease that turns them into such a state as can be described as the living undead. But they're actually, like, clinically alive. They just have, like a flesh-eating fucking degenerative rabies thing, you know?
They're differently abled.
So, to September 26th, this is the day before this is the day before the game starts, I believe, or something like that. It's like a couple days.
Missing jewel.
We lost most of the doctors and staff during the during the battle against the zombie quote-unquote patients. It's impossible to maintain a hopsicle under these conditions. I know it's too late for me. I'm beginning to feel the same itchy and hungry desire.
Itchy tasty.
That nope, I don't need that. That fucking, like, journal. Like, it's a meme, sure, but that is probably, like, the best piece of fucking, like, written collectible... Like, I don't even know what the word...
For itchy tasty?
Yeah, that diary is, like, the best, like, horror piece of, like, material in the Resident Evil game. Because it's literally a guy keeping a journal as he slowly succumbs and degenerates to the zombie disease.
He wrote for Itchy Tasty.
Yes, he was a zombie and he wrote for Itchy Tasty. He still had the mental capacity to open up his journal, hold a pencil, and
Mickey
write.
Mouse pencil.
Okay, so that's the situation. So yeah, you think, what's the safest place to go during a zombie apocalypse? The hospital? No! That's... Why would you ever go to a hospital during a zombie outbreak?
Try the morgue first.
That's
Maybe
where
cemeteries.
all the sick and dead people are. Why would you go there?
Maybe cemeteries.
Don't shoot! No!
Any kind of dead body storage.
Oh shit, you're alive.
Nikolai? You're still alive?
You saw what happened.
What's going on?
I'm one of the
I'm
survivors.
Bob Evil.
That's all you need to know.
Oh shit.
Wait!
Oh, it's Steve Urkel.
Oh shit, Sonic is pissed. What happened?
Why did you do this?
Just is cut all to pieces down there. That was a bad idea.
So there's like 2 versions of that scene. I think maybe 3, depending on what room you go to first and like the seed generator of the random events of the game. You could run across Steve Urkel by himself, and he will explain to you that Nikolai is A, alive, and B, an asshole. But instead we got the one where you run into Nikolai and visually confirm that he's alive, and an asshole.
Kenneth from Stars Bravo team.
So, it's been 2 days since, like, since the helicopter crash. And apparently, there's still Umbrella fucking sold mercenary dudes running around. Steve Urkel's been holding it down since the last time we played as Jill. And Nikolai has been running around, like, after we left him. So he got here, a place that the zombies are walking. Wait. Okay, I thought I might have said the zombie are walking. So the entire reason we got the fucking trolley car up and running was because we're like, that's too much ground to cover on foot. We can't possibly do that, especially because there's a fire or some shit. So we took the trolley and we ditched that fucker, and now Nikolai is here, in a location that is impossible to get to on foot without going through the clock tower from where the trolley needed to go. So he got
the bell.
So oh
my god, I am prey.
Jeez,
You
and
gotta be careful when you get into a lake or a river. I mean,
104.
the Helgramites they pinch you like a bitches.
And don't pee. If you're in a river, don't pee.
Sharks? Because they like pee. I'm like really tired. I'm not
I'm
making
also
lot
a
of sense.
little tired, and my eyes kind of hurt from onion juice. I was squeezing onions directly into my eyes.
I told you not to do that. And your dick was out. Why was your dick out?
I've used the sick room key.
The sick room in the hospital?
Yeah, you know, the sick room.
That one room where all the sick people go?
Obviously.
That reminds me of, well, 2 best showers I ever took in my life. Number 1, when I had to use the Applebee's bathroom in Manhattan.
Excellent.
Number 2, after getting back from the ER and the guy in the room next to me had some kind of tropical fucking disease.
Jesus
He
fuck.
sounded so bad. I was audibly going like, ooh, oh god, I hope he got well soon. But I scrubbed really hard when I got home.
Just very thorough.
Yes.
So don't you love when you go to the hospital and you have to solve a weight puzzle?
Well, they gotta figure out your BMI.
Don't you love when there's like 4 pressure plates at 4 different corners of the room and you gotta like weigh one down?
And it starts spraying gas into the room, but then like you get a red herb on your way out.
That's the best part about a hospital visit.
Honestly.
That's really the moment where it's like, oh, that's retarded. Because
Rebecca
like
can mix herbs.
because like the Spencer estate, okay, it's stated that like Oswell? No. Yeah. Like Oswald Spencer is like a freak asshole, and he got George Trevor to make the mansion all fucked up because he's like a fan of spy movies and shit. Nope. So it's like, okay, an eccentric millionaire genius, like CEO of a pharmaceutical company, I'm gonna make my mansion laboratory some fucked up hellscape of puzzles. Okay, you can kind of accept that. Then, in Resident Evil 2, it's like, now the fucking police station has all these fucked up puzzles. So they go, okay, well, Chief Irons is a crazy person who, like, skins people and like, writes really, really explicit journals about it. Remember that journal in Resident Evil 2 Remake where he's like, oh yeah, I was skinning that tiger and it made me come? It's like the worst like, why? Why is modern Resident Evil like this? But then you get to this game, and, like, you have to take you have to, like, take 2 gemstones in order to open a gate to City Hall, and then you have to, like, swap out pieces of a statue that are of the mayor for a statue that's, like, outside of a restaurant in order to turn off the water. And then you get to the hospital, which has all these fucking weight puzzles and shit, and it's like, what the fuck is actually wrong with Raccoon City?
What's the population of Raccoon City?
Why is the entire city like this? And, like, there we go. Jesus Christ. And that's the other thing, like, all throughout the series, Raccoon City had just got retconned to be bigger and bigger, because in the, I think it's 104? Yeah.
Breathe that in real quick.
Just...
Oh god, this shit got me flying.
Vaccine base.
Oh, that'll calm the shakes.
So what do you think we're finding here in this hopsicle? What do you think we're achieving?
Arts and crafts. One of those art projects where you take the tissue paper and put it on the eraser part of the pencil and dip it in the glue, and then you make... Am I wrong?
I have no idea what you're talking about, actually.
Fuck you. You don't know anything, dude. Sick of it. Every time I say something relatable, you're like, no.
Like, no, I don't.
Oh. You never made a fucking pumpkin, dude, with the fucking tissue paper in there?
Genuinely.
What kind of life did you have? Oh, the cat's just pushing you a little bit there.
Just a little bit. I'm just gonna put my foot.
No, he's very happy.
Hey, we sat down, and the cat immediately was like, "I'm gonna be part of this."
Yeah. Hello.
I'm here too. So now we're in the sub basement. So, like, fucking. Originally, Raccoon City was just a small Midwestern town, right? They tried, and I respect them for that.
It's like molesting you.
But then it's like a small Midwestern town that has its own, like, specialized special forces SWAT police force. And it's like, okay, whatever.
Fine, but you're getting further away from it, but fine.
Like, I've said this before, the population of Raccoon City is sub 1 million people. It is less than 1 million people. And it's like the fucking HQ of this internationally spanning fucking pharmaceutical corporation that not only has the financial infrastructure to fully support staff and finance and like fucking whatever, a minimum of 2 secret laboratories that are within walking distance of each
A
other.
minimum of 2, a maximum of 5.
One of which is hidden underneath the police station. One of which is underneath a mansion that is like out in the woods. And then also, apparently, not only that, that's still not enough to house all of the fucking research that Umbrella is doing. They also have a lab here in the sub basement of the fucking hospital in Raccoon City. Because Umbrella is developing hunters. They're developing bioweapons here in the basement of the hospital. The one hospital.
The hospital.
I don't know how many hospitals Raccoon City has. The place we live has like 2.
Yep.
Supply
We
enough
used to have
energy.
like 4. They all left.
Like it really just starts to get to this point where it's like, this is retarded. They kept writing it it's like, you know, the story in the first game only had to support, like, a remake of Sweet Home, you know? Like, this, like, haunted mansion-style story with, like, you know, the main characters are special forces because that makes it seem more dangerous. Oh, Jesus.
Cat.
Cat's falling all over the place. Okay.
You can't do the muffin shit while you're on my lap. Scratching the shit out of me.
What the fuck is this puzzle?
It's like accidentally threw the cat at you.
Okay. What? Am I supposed to know what the fuck I'm supposed to do here? No?
Yeah.
I think this is one of those brute force puzzles. I have no clue what the fuck is even happening. Does this make any sense to anyone? Is that good? Am I progressing? Am I going backwards?
Heffalumps and woozles.
It's one of those things where it's like there's no like
Oh.
note that you can find that's like here's what you're supposed to do. It's just like try and look at this screen with no context and figure it the fuck out.
This game came out in '99 and people are still guessing through that puzzle. Nobody knows how to do it.
I really love like there's a cheat sheet that someone made for the Resident Evil 2 make that. So these are hunter gammas, by the way, and these are frog hunters. And they so
You are getting double teamed.
so all of the hunters throughout the series have a instant like a like oh you're in yellow to orange health, I now have a move that will immediately kill you. And for the normal hunters, it's a decapitation. They'll jump in and just swipe your head off. Hunter gammas, I don't know if you got a good look at them, are frog-ish, frog-esque. Okay.
Oh shit, I only have 18% gun left.
Are frog-esque type monsters. So their instant kill move when you're on low health is they'll just eat you.
Oh, nice.
So,
Nice!
Carlos, in this basement, this sub-basement of this hospital that is overrun with zombies, on day, like, 20 of the zombie outbreak, with no medical knowledge whatsoever,
crafted
a vaccine, which, number one, that's not what vaccines do. A vaccine for the T-virus, which has so many ramifications, I can't even begin to explain to you how fucking retarded that is.
It's like-
I have to hope that I can just state the absolute facts of what was done here and hope you have enough wherewithal to put it together for yourself how fucking retarded that is.
That's many different levels of expertise and areas of expertise.
And like a cure. Oh. For the fucking T-virus infection. Jill is not only infected with the virus, like hardcore. Oh shit.
0% gun.
I've run out of gun.
I think you're shooting the shit out of it.
The
Door there.
controls for the fucking elevator.
You can only go to the 4th or 1st floor.
And the sub basement.
Weird elevator. Oh, a kitty. He just ended up there and is like, I guess I'll just stay.
Whoa!
My goodness.
Motherfucker don't got arms. Oh, sorry, did I disturb you with my whoa?
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Are you Get the fuck away from the microphone.
What's wrong with you? You can't make muffins on my chest. Oh, God. Jeez, that could have gone poorly.
Almost neutered yourself.
Twice. Well, again, that is. I cut off my balls. Big deal.
So, like, the idea of, here's a cure for the T-virus. We just have that.
Just got it.
Why is this a problem? Why is the T-virus a problem for anyone? I mean, sure, okay, homeboy doctor was like, okay, so shit's going bad with this fucking virus. Like, while the outbreak was going on outside. Fine. Maybe they were trying to synthesize some shit. You'd have thought Umbrella would have come up with that, if it was possible. I just kind of assumed that when you make a zombie virus, that's just kind of something you can't walk back from. How would that... And they call it a vaccine! That's not what vaccines do, my dude. Oh shit, a bomb. Someone set us up the bomb.
Oh. A bomb has been planted at the base.
Yeah, time to blow up the hospital.
The Joker did that.
20 days into the... Also, I don't think that's gonna do it.
That seems
That's
like
like,
a small
what,
bomb.
a pound of C4? Maybe 3? I don't know. I don't know how heavy C4 is, I guess. Yep, the whole thing, right? I put it on the pillar in the lobby of the hospital. That'll bring the whole thing down,
That was
right?
a very load-bearing pillar.
The load-bearing pillar in the lobby of the hospital. Just take that out. Just axe through that. Whole thing crumbles.
Good thing you didn't shoot it.
So now that we have the vaccine to the T-virus, I'm gonna let that sink in. The vaccine. That is what it's called. Is it prom night? What the fuck?
Prom night.
To the T-virus. Now we can go cure Jill. Jill has been, like, super infected. Not only is she infected with the T-virus, the Nemesis stabbed her with his tentacle.
If you know what I'm saying.
Like, she got the T-virus right into her fucking veins via a tentacle from a boss monster who is, like, possessed by a parasite. That's, like, a whole other fucking can of beans. So Jill must have it worse than anyone else has ever had the fucking T-virus. But yeah, we just cracked open this vaccine and we're gonna go do that. So Nemesis is still alive, obviously, because his name's on the fucking box. And now he lost his overcoat. So he's not a dominatrix anymore. And we're gonna walk the fuck away from that.
Salazzle.
So now he doesn't have the fucking leather jacket anymore. So now he's just all tentacled out to fuck.
Mm.
And Carlos is like, fuck that.
That's maybe the weirdest fetish.
Tentacles?
Yes.
I disagree, but I don't...
I
Like, that
agree
it's
with
the
myself.
weirdest?
Yeah.
There's a lot that are weirder.
Let's get serious.
So here's Carlos gets a little mini boss fight with the Nemesis. Jesus fuck.
But I'll...
So here's what's fucked up. This is an optional boss fight. Get the fuck away from me. Excuse me. Stairs. Okay. That could have gone bad. So this is an optional boss fight. Carlos could just run the fuck past Nemesis and get into the room with Jill, and, like, we're done with Carlos. But if you fight Nemesis here, stuff happens. Also, if you're like, oh, fuck that, and, like, fuck around during that boss fight, Nemesis will run towards the door and just smash it open, and you'll get an instant game over. Because he'll have killed Jill.
No, Kill Bill.
He broke through the loading screen door. And that's
like
how you
those
know Jill's
Episodes
fucked.
of MST3K where they like kind of go through the tunnel that the camera goes through for a little bit. It's like worlds colliding. Or in the movie where they showed the tunnel that they go through instead. Or that porn I saw where someone got fucked.
In the tunnel.
Right in the love tunnel, you know what I'm saying? In the
Barely
fucking
made it.
damp,
How do you feel?
prepaid envelope of love.
What happened to you?
I just fought with that monster. I've got some bad news. Nikolai's still alive.
But I thought he was dead.
That guy
That's
doesn't
why
know
it's
the
news,
meaning of the
Jill.
word dead.
What is he after?
I don't know. All I know is that he is our enemy. I'm sorry, Jill, but there's something I gotta take care of. I promise I'll meet up with you later. But don't worry.
Yeah, good. Okay, so I injected you with this vaccine for the T-virus, and I know you're
No.
just coming out of it, coming out of being infected with the zombie virus. But I gotta go.
You stay and play this reed organ here.
Also, Nikolai's alive, and he wants to kill us all.
Nikolai's alive.
Also,
Bad
that
news.
monster is alive, and he wants to fuck you.
Again. Bad news, Nikolai's alive. But I thought he was dead. That's why I said it was news.
Bad news.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
if you already knew that, it wouldn't be news, would it?
All
Jill?
I know is that he's our enemy.
Bye.
But I thought it was dead. Yeah, I gotta go later. Thanks, Carlos.
Remember to hang loose, buddies.